Have you ever thought about your body in a completely different way? I mean, not just as a bunch of cells and tissues, but as a kingdom? A whole empire? Well, today, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're diving into this incredible perspective from traditional Chinese medicine that sees your body as a sophisticated empire, complete with its own rulers, laws, and citizens, all working together in harmony.
So this is really the heart of the whole idea. Just picture it for a second. Your body, right now, is like a bustling, self-governing state. It's got its own rulers, its own ministers, a whole workforce, and they're all trying to keep the peace and make sure everything is prosperous. And look, this isn't just some cute, poetic idea. It's actually the key to unlocking how this ancient system of health really works.
Okay, but before we jump in and start meeting all the officials in this empire, we got to take a step back. We need to understand the universe that this kingdom even exists in. See, in this way of thinking, your body isn't some isolated island. Nope, it's a perfect microcosm, a tiny, tiny reflection of the entire cosmos. So if you zoom all the way out, this philosophy sees the entire universe as this constant dance between two major forces. On one side, you've got heaven. Think of it as the big, expansive, energetic yang force. And on the other side, you have Earth, which is grounding, nourishing, the material yin force. Everything, and I mean everything that exists, that includes you and me, is born from this beautiful, non-stop interplay between the two. And this is where it gets really cool, because this isn't just happening way out there in the cosmos. It's happening inside of you. These huge cosmic principles, they're mirrored right inside our own bodies. So that energy of heaven, that becomes our chi, our life force, and all the functions our body performs. And the substance of Earth, well, that's our blood, our physical body, our structure. We are, quite literally, a walking, talking blend of heaven and earth. There's this amazing ancient quote that just nails it. It says, "That which fills the universe, I regard as my body." Just let that sink in for a second. It's this incredibly profound idea that the very same forces shaping galaxies are right here, at play, inside of us. So, yeah, to really get this inner kingdom, you first have to appreciate the cosmos it's a part of. Okay, so we've got the lay of the land, we understand the cosmic backdrop. Now, let's get to the fun part. It's time to take our imperial tour. We're going to meet the powerful officials who are running the show inside this kingdom and keeping everything humming along. First thing you got to do is kind of forget everything you learned in biology class about your organs just being pumps and filters. In this system, there's so much more. They're living officials. Every single one has a specific job, maybe even a personality, and a crucial role to play. So let's go meet the key players in your personal empire. And sitting on the throne, at the very top of it all, is the heart. The heart is the emperor. It's the supreme ruler. This is where the wisdom comes from, the consciousness, the spirit that guides the entire kingdom. It makes sense, right? When the emperor is calm and centered, the whole nation is peaceful and productive. But if the emperor gets agitated or upset, the entire kingdom descends into chaos.
And who's right there, advising the emperor? That would be the lung, serving as the prime minister. The lung is the one who takes the emperor's big ideas, that grand vision, and actually makes it happen. It's in charge of the day-to-day rhythm and regulation of the whole state. Plus, it has this super important job, receiving that pure energy, that qi, from the heavens every single time you take a breath.
Of course, every emperor needs a bodyguard, right? A loyal protector? Well, that's the job of the pericardium. It's like the royal guard and the chief messenger all rolled into one. Its job is to shield the heart, the emperor, from any direct attacks, and to make sure the emperor's commands get out to the rest of the kingdom loud and clear. It's basically the gatekeeper to the throne room. All right, we've met the top brass. Now let's move down the chain of command a bit. It's time to meet the ministers and the various departments. These are the folks doing the nitty-gritty, day-to-day work that keeps this whole kingdom running and thriving. First up, we've got the stomach and the spleen. You can think of this pair as the officials in charge of the royal storehouse and granaries. They're the ones who take in all the food. Think of it as tribute coming into the kingdom. And their job is to break it down, transform it into useful nourishment, and then ship it out to every single corner of the realm. You can see how if there's a problem here, the whole kingdom starts to suffer from a resource shortage.
You know, a thriving kingdom can't be a dirty one. It's got to be clean. And that's where the large intestine comes in. This official is basically in charge of sanitation and drainage. It makes sure that all the waste products are packed up and shipped out, so the empire doesn't get all stagnant and polluted. A very, very important job.
Okay, now for the small intestine. And honestly, the best way to picture its job is to think of that classic I Love Lucy scene at the chocolate factory. That's what the small intestine does. It's in charge of separation. It's on this frantic conveyor belt, meticulously sorting out what's pure and useful from what's impure and needs to be tossed out. It has to decide what the kingdom keeps and what gets passed along for removal.
Now, let's talk about a real powerhouse official, the kidneys. These guys are like the Minister of Health and the Federal Reserve combined. They are the storehouse of our deepest, most fundamental power. This is where our constitutional strength lies. The kidneys hold our vital essence, which is like the kingdom's trust fund. It really determines the long-term health and vitality of the entire empire.
Okay, this next one is a little different. It's an official that doesn't really have a direct equivalent in Western anatomy. It's called the triple heater. The best way to think about it isn't as a physical thing, but more as a master function. It's the official in charge of irrigation for the whole kingdom. It manages all the waterways, all the fluid pathways, making sure that warmth and moisture get circulated properly to every single part of the land.
And last but not least on our tour, we have the blotter. This official is kind of like a local dam or a regional reservoir manager. Pretty straightforward. Its job is to store up all the fluid waste, holding on to it safely until the time is right to release it and remove it from the kingdom.
So, we've finished our tour of your inner empire, and it all comes down to one big, crucial question. All of these officials, the emperor, the prime minister, all the department heads, they are all working for you 24/7. So the question is, are you being a good ruler, a wise ruler? Are the choices you make every day creating harmony and prosperity in your kingdom? Or are they causing chaos and rebellion among your officials? It's your empire. You're the one in charge.